Andrea Goeglein with us talking about successful relationships and how you can get an A, 5 A's, as a matter of fact, on your report card. We were chatting on the commercial break about some ideas that makes me think about, really in reality, it is not who's around you or what's around you. It is your perception of it and how you respond. Now, not that happy people and upbeat people, it is infectious, yes.
Correct.
But it is still how you process your own being and how you respond.
All of life is your interpretation of life.
Yes.
All of it. And that's why when I did this, the 5 A's of achieving successful relationships, always, it is because we always have at our disposal the ability to change our thought and then to do something such as...
You know what, that's very interesting. I must interrupt you just shortly because both of you are saying something very interesting to me, because in our lives, like you're saying, you have negative forces.
Correct.
I have always under the impression that I want to get away from the negative people and just surround myself with thoroughbreds, positive people, and leave the negative people alone. But you're saying it's good to deal with the negative people.
Sometimes we don't have a choice. You know, I once was in a meeting and someone was telling these types of concepts that, you know, you always have a choice. Change your thoughts. Change how you know, it's your responsibility. Da 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 da. And this man stood up and he said, "But what if it's my mother?"
We're not laughing about his mother, but still.
That's exactly right. But therein lies, there are situations. Here's what you can do. Every encounter, assuming you are physically safe, most of the times we are just psychically unsafe. Meaning the way we interpret that person's miserable mood and the way we interpret that person's inability to be happy and the way they will not cooperate, all of those things that we're putting to them is about how I view them. So when I come up to them, if my brain has already told me, oh no, they're not going to agree with what I want to put on the air today, or they don't want to do this, or they're not going to do that, I've already sunk my own ship, and they haven't even opened up their mouth. So I can reset my mind and say, today is the day that the idea will pass, and start my conversation that way. Now, I've said that part in my mind. The truth is, we don't know whether or not that person's going to do it any differently, but I would put my money that you would at least feel better at the initial part of that interaction, because before you walk into it defeated. So if it is your mom that is causing the problems, you have the ability to start to laugh. Like sometimes they'll say something that normally you'll just want to prove to them, see, you're always so negative thinking. You don't need to tell a negative person that they're negative.
No, they know it.
Thank you. So instead, just begin to laugh. Change the shift what it is that you do. And that's why one of the subtitles in my 5 A's happens to be attract people that are that into you. And then that speaks to what you do. There are some that we can't do anything about, and it's our responsibility to shift certain things. And then the real responsibility is to fill up stadiums of people who support what you're trying to do, how you think, and what you believe in.
What will they find here?
They'll find a lot of really good things.
Okay.
One, there's a short little test that basically says, stop right this moment. How happy are you? There are a few little lists. Check what you're saying. Have you started the day by saying, oh, I hate that it's Monday, or oh, I hate. We have a habit of using...
Hate is such a strong word.
It is. And we use it as casually as we sometimes use love in the wrong way.
So that's really
do.
affecting our psyche, though, is what you're saying. When I say I hate something, it's affecting
You've
me.
set it up.
It's a hard...
You have set... So my challenge and the little exercise is, for 7 days, catch yourself how many times you've said it, and then immediately transform that sentence alone. Make a list of all the people. Yes, you may have a negative boss, or the cop who pulled you over wasn't cooperative, but make a list of all the relationships you have in your life that have taught you something, including that negative boss, including that cop that pulled you over. Once you see that every relationship has its purpose and that you're the learner, and then you're...
That's a very good point, because a lot of negative people do teach you quite a bit about life and the way we look at it.
So, and then there's a bunch of links. So going to my blog at Serving Success, you'll be able to download this for free, and you'll be able to get to the happier.com site and get all the resources you could ever imagine.
You know what? I am so much happier right now.
Just because I'm here.
And
well, truly. No, you said it.
Yeah.
Many times we're just happy because you're here.
Oh, thank you.
See, so you bring that to us. We're already happy because we see you. Thanks, Andrea.
When we come back, closing thoughts and moments. You stay there.